Welcome. Good morning to you all. It is Thursday, the 20th of May, 2021. The Eric Zane Show podcast comes to you once again from the Baltimore Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. In theory. Oh, embarrassing. Awful. Hold on. That felt weird from the beginning. Damn it. Okay. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Hi, this is Boring Dean. When I'm sitting around doing push-ups and watching the paint dry, I think about things that are more boring than I am, like the Eric Zane Show podcast.
Dean.
And now here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, your host, Eric Zane.
Your host. What up? Yes, good day to you all. It's time to start the day. Okay, let's do this. Hey, you all, welcome in. This is the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every workday. So, hello to you all. You're like, first of all, let's get this out of the way. Zane, why are you so late? You know, you've been on time at right at the starting time, the scheduled starting time of 8 a.m. Eastern. And then here you, all of a sudden, it's 8:01, 8:02, 8:03, all the way to 8:10 a.m. and nothing from you. My gosh, where are you? Well, I just was putzing around. And actually, a couple of stories that I had to get audio for kind of surfaced that I didn't know. I didn't have like ready to go yesterday, and I didn't even know they existed. So I had to pull the audio from them, and that kind of slowed me down. I was like, okay, just take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. So there you go. My apologies for being late. I am so happy that you are all here. There's several ways you can get this show. Of course, the audio podcast is the bread and butter, available wherever you download podcasts. I prefer Apple Podcasts, but also Stitcher, CastBox, Spotify, all those. Thank you. And if you would, leave a review if you can of the show. I appreciate that. 5 stars, and then throw the review up there. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of that. You can also catch it with a video live stream, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. And if you could, like it and share that thing. Thank you so much. Facebook is brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by my friends at Blue Frost IT. Just retweet that thing with a nasty comment, snarky comment. I would appreciate that. And then, of course, on YouTube, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, too. Eric Zane Show on Instagram. That's brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Send me an email about anything at all. Any comments, questions, concerns. Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliners Striping. Stripe the damn parking lot. You know how awful it is? I mean, it looks so ridiculously a backwater ghetto shit show when you pull into the parking lot and you can barely see the yellow lines and they're all faded. It's just stupid and nobody knows where to park. Okay, make sure that the parking lot is painted appropriately. Make sure that looks that way. Maybe a few arrows in there, a do not park here sign. They do it all at Shoreliner Striping. Okay? They also sweep parking lots and they paint athletic fields. More info at shorelinerstriping.com. Okay. A lot to get to today. And a lot on my mind. I'm not the guy to sit there and, there's a couple of examples of woke culture here that are driving me crazy. And it isn't the Demi Lovato thing. Not at all. I don't care what people call themselves. There's just a couple other things that I'm going to put that story on its ear, because conventional wisdom would tell you that pop star Demi Lovato, her announcing to the world that she's changing her pronouns. Every every knuckle-dragging radio or podcasting idiot in the world is basically saying, no, she can't do it. She's stupid or whatever it is. That's not really my bag. I don't, I think, truth be told, I think it's clumsy, the usage of the pronouns. It's just, I just struggle getting used to it or changing. If someone says they want to be referred to something differently, whatever. So, that's just for me. I would just struggle to say they, them. I just came into the knowledge recently that it's like the worst thing you can do in the world is somebody who is changing their pronouns to refer to them as something different. Like if someone like Demi Lovato, who is now, she's changed her pronouns. She's not to be known as she anymore. So you have to refer, she is requesting, well, she announced to the world in a very dramatic, well, not really dramatic way, but she did announce that she's going to be known as they, them. And so let me just say this. If someone is so wound up in what they want to be known as that they have to make an announcement and then they have to, that person is, I'm just going to honor that. I'm just going to say, absolutely. I don't want to get into the way of anything that's going to make you happy. If that's what's going to make someone happy, then I am all about that person being happy. I am not going to take the person who feels the need to do that and rub their nose in it. It's just not my thing. I just don't. Maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I would have said, fuck you. I'm going to call you what I want to call you. But that's not really my game these days. So whatever. I don't care about that. But there are a couple other things about this that are just stupid. I'll get to those coming up. But update on the Queen of the Forest. Let me just tell you this. She said today. Now, if you don't know, Diana is recovering from shoulder surgery. There's a little hole inside of the rotator cuff on her right shoulder. There it is, right there. That little metal instrument is going into the hole. This picture that I'm showing you on the live stream is the one. This one right there, that little shiny thing, that is a instrument going into the hole that had to be repaired. It's like he's having sex with the hole in her shoulder, the doctor. Can you imagine if, like, even if you went back 30, 40 years ago and you said to physicians back then, if you went in a time machine and showed them these pictures and they said, what is all that? Say, yeah, well, that is a camera that we have inside of the shoulder structure to show you exactly what is wrong with it. They would be like, what? Huh? And how wealthy do you think is the guy who patented the medical device of the camera that can actually look inside of the joint like that? That is incredible. They'd be like, what? We can look inside of the joint. So, all right, repairing that. And this has been bugging her for the longest time. And so we got to fix that. She said today, okay, that this is more painful than recovering from C-section surgery. And, yeah, to me, that's saying something because she was in misery after that. But it was every day. It was quite a bit of improvement after a period of time on the C-section. She went through 3 of those, and I went through 1, virtually the same incision point on my belly for the kidney donation, and that was quite uncomfortable, but nothing at all like what she is going through right now. Every single day she improves, but just a teeny tiny bit and barely noticeable. It is just a drag. And now it's starting to weigh on her brain. She's kind of like got the blues. She's got this 1,000-yard stare when she's laying in the bed, just kind of like depressed and just in pain. That's what pain does to you. When you're actually not feeling good physically, it just cooks your brain and makes you just a little bit disconnected and messed up with the world, and you think there's no end in sight. And so, it's my job to kind of like, it's okay, and I have to hug her and console her and take care of her and make sure she's not hungry and make sure she's comfortable and the right TV channel is on and there's ice in her drink and all those little nursey type of things. So I just cannot stress enough about how perfectly being here doing this podcast with you and her in the next room has allowed me to hold down nurse duties. I mean, this has been, we're just so blessed to be able to have this and not have to leave the house, and I can only imagine what people who don't have this type of scenario have to go. That's a real pain in the ass. So I had a talk with her the other day, and I'm trying to cheer her up. And I said, so I'm thinking about starting to add some tattoos. I talked to you about this before. And she's like, well, where does this come from? I go, I don't know. I just kind of like it. I kind of want a tattoo, and I kind of want to get an earring. And she is just mortified by this. She does not support any of this in any way, shape, or form. She's disgusted with the idea of me doing that. I mean, like, really, really pissed. And so I got to bring her in. I got to talk to her about this because I really want to do this. Oops. Is it nurse's station? Hi, is everything okay over there?
Everything's okay right now.
Okay, I was just talking to the audience about with a little update on you,
Mm-hmm.
And I told everybody what you said about this is worse than C-section surgery. This is worse than recovering from a C-section.
Yeah.
Well, like not even close.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah. I described you yesterday as having the blues, a little bit depressed. True or false?
A little bit. It's just frustrating. Makes me mad.
Because it's just so slow of a recovery?
It's slow and it hurts and I can't do anything.
Yeah. So
did
you just didn't really think it would be this profound of pain then, yes?
Correct.
Aha. So nobody told you that. I mean, they didn't say to you, this is going to be the worst.
No.
Do you wish that they would have?
And I knew it was going to be painful, but I thought it would only be like a day or two, not 9 days or 8 days or whatever it is now.
Yeah. Okay. So do you see any improvement whatsoever?
I think I see a slight improvement today.
Okay. I was just talking about the care and how lucky we are that I can actually be home with you. To have,
exactly.
Seriously, how great is that? I mean, this is really fantastic.
Yeah, I seriously don't know what I would have done.
Oh my God. You probably wouldn't have gotten the surgery.
No, I don't think I could have.
You ever wonder what it would like to? Ever wonder what it would be like to, like if you and I were single or something like that? I mean, being alone, that's a real drag. I feel bad for people who are alone.
No, that would be miserable.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. I feel bad for people who either don't have anybody or they don't have kids. It just bums me out.
I know, it sucks.
I can't imagine what someone. That's why I had the conversation with you the other day. We were talking about people that we know who don't have kids, and it doesn't appear like they ever will have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my God, what? Why would you not? You have to have kids. Because who's going to wipe your ass when you get old? You got to have someone take care of you.
True. Some people don't want kids. I know a few people who just...
Well, they're crazy. They're stupid. This is bullshit. They need to go have kids. They need to do that, and they need to take care of their kids. And then they need to set, you got to set a great example, because what the hell are you going to do when you're 90 years old and there's no one to take care of you? You must have this in place. I mean, the last thing you want to do is, you in some type of facility where some 25-year-old jerk is going to steal all your shit from you, and you're going to be sitting there in your own filth with bed sores. I mean, that's disgusting. It's awful to even think about. Yeah,
that's no fun. I think I think we've been doing my pendulum exercises a little wrong, though. I was reading up on it.
You're talking about the bent over swinging of the arm.
Yeah. They just said, kind of move your body and let your arm like swing. Don't actually use your arm muscles to make it swing.
Yes, I think we actually had that conversation.
Okay, so you've been doing that?
Well, you've been yeah, you're supposed to like kind of sway your body gently in one direction, but you don't have any rhythm. So you kind of look like just a boulder rolling one way or the other. So yeah, that's exactly right. But me telling you that means that you won't do it right. So I'm glad you read it that way.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yes, you have to do that. That's why I said rock back on your heels and forward on your toes and let that momentum. You have to let the momentum move the arm, not your body.
Yeah.
Or not actually moving the arm. Yes.
Right.
That
Okay.
is correct. Okay.
Sounds good.
What was I was going to ask you a question. Oh, yeah. The reason why I was calling you, I was just sharing with the audience, and I kind of wanted to get a little bit more. I might even have done this in the past, but I think we should explore the idea. I kind of want to do something. What do you think I'm going to talk to you about?
I don't know.
Well, remember I was talking about a tattoo?
Oh, yeah. No, you're not getting a tattoo.
Look.
I mean, you can get a tattoo, but you're not getting flames up your arm and an earring and all this other stuff that you want to do.
Yeah, I kind of do. What's wrong with that? Why is that? I mean, it's if I didn't want to do that when I was 40, that's one thing. But what if I want to do that when I'm 50? I mean, I think it would look nice. I think it would look cool.
I think if you got a tattoo that said Pooh Bear on it, that would be better.
Pooh Bear?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the earring, though?
No, you don't need an earring.
Can you imagine me with my white socks pulled up mid-calf, my black Adidas sneakers, my old man shorts, and a T-shirt that says "Best Papa Ever," with an earring and flames going up my arms like a sleeve?
Yeah, you look like a tool.
I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool because you see the grandpa with a fresh with fresh ink, dressed like he doesn't give a shit. I think there's something to be said about that. I think there's something really, really sexy to that.
No, I don't agree.
Hey, I'm going to talk a little.
Speaking of flames.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit later on about. Are you familiar with people who change their pronouns?
Yeah. Are you talking about Demi Lovato?
Oh, you've been following that story.
I just read it briefly. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were,
I mean, for me, I don't care. Who cares? I don't. I don't.
I don't either.
At all. But the thing I don't understand is, I think she says she wants to be known as they, them, or whatever.
Correct.
Which is whatever. But the part I don't understand, maybe someone can help me understand this, is she's a singular person. So why would she?
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that. I know that this is something that's like a person who is going through what she's going through. And I think the term is called non-binary. And
non-binary.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said binary.
Wait a minute. I said non-binary, and you said non-binary. What is that? Is there a difference? Is there?
Yeah, binary and binary are different.
Is that true? Is that right?
It sounds different. Yours sounds funny.
Well, my emphasis.
Non-binary.
I'm breaking up.
Not binary.
It's a 3-syllable word, and I'm stressing a different syllable than you are. But I don't think that there's does that make it different?
I don't know. It just sounded funny.
It just sounded non-binary. So wait a minute. How do you say it again? I'm confused now.
Non-binary.
All right, fine. Non-binary.
Not binary.
Not binary. Gotcha. And she says, I will be, my pronoun, and she says my pronouns are they, them. So, what gets me is, isn't they representative of, like a handful of people, a few people?
That's what I'm saying.
Like
that's what I don't understand.
Like if a bunch of people are going to the store to buy more beer, you would say that they are going to the store.
Yeah.
So if one person is going to the store and you said hey, if Demi's going to get a case of beer, a case of Ham's beer, a dirty 30 for your brother, we would then say If someone said, "Where's Demi?" I would say, "Oh, they went to the store to get a dirty 30 for the NFK." That would be correct.
Yeah.
If Demi Lovato lived here, okay,
Correct.
and we said, "Where's Demi?" and someone said, "They are cleaning the dried shit off the underside of the toilet that the Hamsbeer shit cannon put on there from the NFK," that would be correct.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I don't get that either. I don't understand. Yeah, that's a very clumsy thing to do, to a clumsy way to describe it. I think you can avoid that by just using the person's name.
Yeah.
If you just say, if they say, "Hey, where is Demi?" You could say, instead of "she went to the store" or "they went to the store," you would just say, "Hey, where's Demi?" "Demi went to the store," which is kind of weird, but not as weird as saying they or them.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, this is all pretty new stuff to me.
Me too.
To me, there are bigger fish to fry for Demi Lovato, in my opinion, and I'll get to this a little bit later on. She has a lot of other things that probably need some real focus and attention on instead of what she wants to be known as.
Right.
I think it's, you know how like you have like a list of things to do and you take care of the most important ones first?
Uh-huh.
Kind of like the basement, painting the basement. You would want me to paint the basement before I did something else?
Yeah.
That type of thing. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
So, okay. I might be calling you soon. I need help.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. One. Hey, wait a minute. But so
what?
I forgot to mention this. When it comes to the tattoo, so what if I put like all these crazy things that are important to me that have happened since my mother, something for my mother, something for you, something for the kids, something for the grand. This is all be a work of art on my body. Grandkids, dogs, audience members, the kidney, my your brother, you know, your brother that passed, your brother that's alive. Like maybe put a toilet on there or like a poo emoji.
Oh my God. All right, I gotta go.
All right, I love you.
All right, see ya.
Flames in an earring. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Okay. I have not yet looked to see who is here enjoying the show. First glance, 811 Kevin Kuipers was the first person in with a comment. He says hi. Marcy says good morning. Dean says good morning. Adam says hey. Sarah says good morning. Lisa says morning. Chris says panic attack over here. LOL. Good morning. So referring to the something, I mean, most everybody is just kind of brushing by the fact that it's late. And then who do you think would start off the show with just a dickish comment? Of course it's Dirk, who is shooting for his 5th Asshole of the Day award early with, "Hey, what time does that 8 a.m. Broadcast start?" Why? Why do you always have to do that? This is why we get in the trouble that we and then he follows it up with calendar starts over 0 days starting on time. Oh. Let's see. Does anybody else say something dickish? Josh, Tom? No. No one's saying anything else dickish. Buttfucker 3000 says finally, so that's kind of dickish.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxon, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, you yo-ho.
You yo-ho. There's so many levels to that are just funny. All right. I'll get to more of the comments later. Kate says, "I think a tattoo over where the donated kidney used to be saying vacant." Sarah says, update me on the birds. Yesterday, yes, as you know, 2 days ago, she swung by with the, I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought she was freaking lying. This all happened because I saw a really, really beautiful bird over at the feeder. And the bird flew up to the damn feeder and was like, oh, I think I'm going to eat. And then, oh, shit, I don't like any of this. And then flew away. I was like, oh, my God. But it was just so beautiful. I come to find out that was an Oriole. You know, like the Baltimore Orioles. I think they actually are called Baltimore Orioles. Okay? Well, that's all it took. And then Sarah Roosh, she wrote, well, yeah, you got to bust out the grape jelly. And I was like, wait, what? Huh? And that's true. These birds are attracted to grape jelly. And that day she drops by this feeder. It's like a hook with a frame with a little cup that you put in it full of grape, and you hang it there. And then the Orioles show up. She brought me 2 of them. And then so by the end of the day, I was like, oh, that's nice. And then yesterday I started the show and she's like, how come you haven't gotten a shepherd's hook yet? I go, well, I got to order it on Amazon. She goes, bullshit. You could have gotten one at the hardware store. Go get a shepherd's hook so you can hang that fucker up. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I'm like, all right, fine, fuck you. So I went there yesterday and got the fucking shepherd's hook. This is another proof that I'm super old, but I love seeing all these damn birds. Just such an asshole. So I get the shepherd's hook. I got 2 of them actually, 1 for each, and I put them in the ground and filled the thing full of jelly. And then she goes, keep the fucking dogs away too. They're gonna eat the jelly. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it taken care of. So I hang the fucking things on there, and I've been keeping a close eye on them. Had a couple cardinals get close, but no. And there has been no Oriole sightings anywhere in the backyard. And I guess my question is, does anyone know, the mechanism here? How does the word get out that we have now put out the required menu items for the Oriole? You know? The idea that, does one of the finches or the chickadees or the robins or the pigeons or not pigeons or the doves, do they like fly by and they go, hey, jelly's out. Hey, it's time for jelly. Hey, it's time to get the jelly. Hey, it's time to eat. Do they smell it from that far away? I guess I wonder if there's ever been anybody to find out how that happens. Are they that incredible of a sniffer, birds do, that they know that the jelly is there? Or is it all just they happen by it, you know? How does that even happen, the attraction? I don't know. I'm mesmerized by that. So today, Diana is looking out the window, and she goes, "Get some bad news." What is it? She goes, "I saw a robin with a beak full of hay, and he flew back under the deck." And I'm like, "What?" So this is a spot where this jackass built a nest at earlier in the spring, like about 6-7 weeks ago. Not even, you know, and I was talking about it. And the robin built the nest right on top of the thing that I used to turn the sprinklers on and off. So I couldn't even get the sprinklers turned on because there's a nest there. I didn't want to mess with it. So sure enough, they hatched, they fledged. I still see them from time to time in the yard, the 4 babies. And this has turned into a bird sanctuary since Buddy Bobcat Face croaked. They're loving this, man. They're everywhere. And so I put a big ass boulder on top of the thing so that it would deter the robin from building a nest. And then she goes, "He's going back under there. He's building. Something happened." I went under. Sure enough, he has positioned the rock. Well, he didn't touch the rock, but there's enough room for him to still build the nest next to the rock. I was like, "Fuck that!" And there's all sorts of hay. I swat it all off. I go, "Eat shit. You're not building one here. Fuck you." All right. The first one is free. You're not living here rent free. We've already got the NFK. Bullshit. I need to turn. And as it is, I call the sprinkler fuckers, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll be there mid-June." I'm like, mid-June? She goes, "Yeah, full schedule. You should have called earlier." I was like, fuck. So now I got to water my grass. I got to haul the sprinkler with the hose attached to it all over the yard, and it's like, holy shit. So I cleared that off. No, you can't build a nest there. Schaefer says most birds have very poor sense of smell except for ravens and vultures. And so how the hell do they do this? Joe Pellerito, good morning, EZ. Nice UCLA shirt. Joe Pellerito, I will link this up for you to check it out. He's got some skills at podcasting. He is quite solid at what he does. And he interviewed me recently, and it is the Rechoice Pod, and I'll link it up. Wait a minute. I take it back. I think it's up there right now. I thought it was Friday. Rechoice Pod. Now, I don't have Apple Podcasts yet grabbing it. Sometimes it takes no, there it is. ReGift with Paul Zank and Eric Zane. Paul received a kidney. Eric donated one. Stephen or Stefan, don't know yet, needs one. Incredible stories. You'll learn a lot about your own health, friendship, and laughter in this episode. Organ or tissue donation is a gift that multiplies. Show links. Thank you very much. Okay, very good. I will link that up. It's an hour and 14 minutes. A pretty fun, excellent listen with Joe Pellerito, who's just doing great. Let's see. Here's the link, Eric. There you go. You guys can check it out there too. Sean writes, did the shitter get fixed? That is the question. Okay, that's a great question. I'm glad you brought it up because, yes, it was another trip to the store, and I think I got the right parts. I bought a new flapper thingy, and I bought the new handle. They're still in the package. Life got in the way, and there was plenty of things to do. So, and I don't even know if it's going to happen today, honestly. Because today, seriously, it's like ridiculous. Today, podcast. Finish podcasting. Dogs have to go to the vet. Go figure. This is a follow-up for Daisy and Buddy. Not Buddy. Buddy's dead. Daisy, I can't even keep it straight. Daisy and Benny. Because they had, Daisy had this urinary tract infection. Benny had this ear infection. They need to be rechecked to make sure that shit's right, you know? Okay, and I take it back. Daisy needs a booster shot. That's what she's going there for. Because they've got a vaccination now. It is a 1-year dog vaccination for heartworm. I highly recommend this for your pet because you're going to buy those stupid tablets and then, you're going to spend a lot of money on these monthly tablets to give to the dog. And then you're going to forget. And then you're going to forget to give them to the dog. Okay, it happens all the damn time. You need. Kate says, "Yeah, the vet needs a new car." Stevie says, "Oh my God, it will take 5 minutes." Yeah, for you. For me, no. No. This is never a 5-minute job. Something like that is an all-day affair. Josh says, famous last words. I think I got the right parts. Shut up, guys. My God. After that, tonight, we've got the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Okay. That happens at 7 p.m. Also on my list of things to do today, construct the email to send to everybody to be part of the live stream. Okay. Stevie says, just have Alexa remind you about the pills. Yeah, I've got it in my phone, but then I get so damn busy that I ignore it. I don't stop what I'm doing and give them I can't do that. My brain it's too full. There's just too much going on. Okay. All right. All right. So Ben and Eric Patreon podcast that happens tonight. We're doing it a day early because I've got limo work all day Friday. Okay. And so that's a busy ass day for driving. Saturday, I've got meet a friend for lunch in Saugatuck with the Queen of the Forest. My friend, his sister just went cuckoo bananas. Do you have anybody in your family that one day they just really go hard on Facebook about everything on their brain, and everybody in the world, as soon as they it shows up on their feed, they start to first thing they do is they scroll to see how long it is. As soon as the language starts to go anything beyond, hey, this is the food I'm eating, or hey, look at my grandson, or hey, look at my kid. Anytime it's more than that, first thing you do is you look to see how long it is. And you see how much your time investment will be. So if it's the right amount of length, you might read it word for word and say, oh, my God, look at this. You show it to your wife. Look, it's so-and-so's losing their mind. Oh, yeah, I see that. Oh, my God. Oh, that's great entertainment for me. If any of you have done the long-winded come to Jesus post, it might be about something concerning life, religion, politics, the vaccine, any COVID in general. It's awesome entertainment. You guys keep it up. No, I'm not going to like the post. No, I'm not going to indicate to you that I even read it. I'm not adding to the post or anything, but I'm entertained. So keep up the great work. This is what I want you to do. When you guys feel the need to share with the world everything in your brain, don't stifle that. You need to get that out so that people like me and can get solid entertainment. So we can go, oh my God, look at this. Okay, we need that. We need that. The world needs more of what I'm encouraging you to get that all out of your brain and just throw it out there to the world. Now, but you have to understand that when you're doing that, that's the equivalent of getting the world's biggest billboard and writing all of that out there and then position it by the road so the world can see it. Okay? That's what you're doing. Just so you know, full disclosure, that's what's actually happening. If that's what you want to happen, just know. And my buddy, oh my God, he had a family member that did just that. And I know the family member. And it was long. Oh, it was such a long read. And, you just get through the first 3 or 4 paragraphs, and then you're like, okay, I got it. I don't need it. And it's just, oh, wow. And then, then what do you do? You don't read the whole thing. You go to the comments. And then you look at the battle. That's like, when you're watching a football game and they say the battle's won in the trenches, the offensive linemen of the this is what's happening. That's where the real fights begin. Because then you're breaking up. It's kind of like a line brawl or a bench clear in hockey. Then all the little ones going on, and there's a yard sale on the ice, and there's a lot of sports analogies in this story. But so that's I'm going to be with this pal on Saturday, and then Saturday night, man. Holy shit, do I love this? The West Michigan Ironmen football team in Muskegon at Mercy Health Arena, and these guys are so great. They're like, yeah, Zane, just get in there and you're going to be on our Twitch, YouTube, Facebook feed of the game. They got cameras there, and replay. It's like a real fucking football game, except they got a douchebag doing the analysis, me, along with my play-by-play guy, the play-by-play guy, Trevor. And his name it's Trevor something Polish. I don't even know how to say this fucker's last name. Trevor Polish and me are doing the game, and I'm going to link it up before the game starts. I'll share it with you. You must, because, I don't know shit about shit. What the fuck am I doing being a color commentator for a football game? But that'll be the case. And I've also given away a ton of tickets The West Michigan Ironmen, they gave me 13 tickets to give away for the Zane section, which I've got, okay, the Browns. I've got 4 for, who did I send 4 to? 4, 5, 6. Well, anyway, almost all of those are accounted for. And then the Ironmen gave me 35 tickets to give away to sponsors of this show. So then I reached out to every single sponsor on this show, and I said, do you want tickets? And some said yes, some didn't see it, some didn't respond, whatever. Throat/Dale. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, Dale. So, I've got a lot. Is there any way? And I go, I've got more than you can give me. Dale and his better half, Sarah, and Dale's got she's got her kids. Dale's got his kids, and so there's going to be 10 in the Throat Stab Dale family that are going to be there. Not in the same Zaniac section, but still. So tons of Zane Show listeners are going to be there. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for that. So the reason why I bring that up, that's all why I can't podcast on Friday with Ben. But it's tonight, man. So make sure you're part of Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. All right. I want to encourage you to check out my website, ericzaneshow.com. Click on merch for the t-shirts. They're $20. You might be like, that's a great deal. Yeah, it's all right, but they're going to soak you for the shipping charge. I don't have anything to do with the shipping charge, but the shirts are priced at $20. I think when it's all said and done with tax, you're going to be north of 25, tax and shipping. That's for the shirts. Tons of different colors. I love the colors, the selection. You can get different types of t-shirts. Ringer tee, could be a baseball jersey. V-neck, if you're into that. Classic tee, different blends, softer, synthetic, ladies cuts, okay? All there at ericzaneshow.com. Click merch. The live stream and the open of this show brought to you by Superior Cleaning and Power Washing. Thanks, Zane. That is Throat/Dale. Clean living has really worked out well for him. He works his ass off. He has taken the work ethic of being the best drug dealer for a period of time in and around West Michigan and converted that to the work ethic of legitimate business enterprise. So give Dale a shot. If you want your home expertly cleaned with power washing, reach out to Dale. 231-740-4098. Superior Cleaning and Power Washing. You can click on his logo on my sponsor scroll to take you right to his Facebook page. He's got some beautiful before and after pictures about the work that he does. Also, if by chance you work for a restaurant or you own a restaurant or whatever, or you know somebody who owns a restaurant, the restaurant needs to be clean when all the customers go home after hours. That's what Dale does. He does that too. He cleans restaurants and he works his ass off. And he's efficient. He's priced right for your business. Reach out to Dale at 231-740-4098. 231-740-4098 for Superior Cleaning and Power Washing. And if you're in the chat, the live chat of the show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, leave a comment. If you've hired Dale before, leave a comment about the job he did, because it's that goes a long way. All right. For Father's Day, do consider Cornhole America getting a set of brand new customized cornhole boards for dad, shipped anywhere in the U.S. Cornholeamerica.com. So what you got here is one of the companies on the show that can deliver the product anywhere, and they're based right here in beautiful West Michigan, Cedar Springs, Michigan. Okay, Cornholeamerica.com is where you want to go. And you can put anything at all onto a set of cornhole boards. Inside jokes, not inside jokes. Honor someone. Maybe a wedding. You're going to have an outdoor setting, or maybe you can have the bride and groom have their initials on the boards. Whatever you want, and the bags are customized too. It's all taken care of at cornholeamerica.com. And these aren't garbage boards that are going to break after one game. These will last a lifetime. Cornholeamerica.com. And then my friends at Prince Armin, 616-204-1705. If you're considering, in fact, I'm encouraging you to get a pistol license so you can carry that thing concealed. Nobody's going to know. You just have your a pistol hidden, concealed. You have a license for it. The first thing you need to do is not go buy a pistol, okay? It is take the class so that you can get the concealed pistol license. While you're there, you can get a handle or an idea of what type of pistol you want to use. You can talk to Steve himself from Prince Armin. That is Steve Prince, retired U.S. Army major. This class usually is one of two things. Broken up over 2 days, like a Wednesday, Saturday, or a Thursday, Saturday, or a Monday, Wednesday thing. About 4 hours for each of those, or one fell swoop on like a Saturday from the morning to mid-afternoon. That's it. And then you're done. You get the certification, you take it to your county, and then you go through the application process, and that's it. The class costs $125. Prince Armin, 616-204-1705. All right? Okay. Josh says, I need Dale to clean my exterior. Jason says, Dale's going to be doing our deck this weekend. Review to follow. Big-breasted, boring Dean likes the ladies' cut shirts. What? Oh, no. Referring to Dale as throat stab Dale, throat slash Dale. And Andrea heard me say throat stab. And Andrea wrote throat stab? Wait. That's what happens when I give my husband Jason a BJ. What the fuck? What kind of pig are you? What type of fucking adult lady walks around and says, yeah, throat stab. That's what happens when I give my husband a BJ. What the fuck? You fucking pig. Oh, God. You embarrass me all the time with that fucking sex talk. You're such a dude. Jason just rolls his eyes. Jesus. And, I mean, we all know he's got a huge crank. That's why he's known as Crank. Okay? Oh. Unbelievable. All right. We had a war last night in the household. This was a scenario. Madison gets home from work. It's late. It's like 9:45. Now, it's well documented. There is she's quite loud. She stomps her feet. That's why she's known as Thunderfoot. That's a problem. I'm constantly like, stop smashing your feet into the ground when you walk. I mean, walk. Don't stomp around the house. It's so freaking loud. That never happens. No matter. And then, and then she talks. She's loud. Okay. There's no inside voice. Everything is, hey, Dad. Yeah. Shh. Can you not talk so loud? And there's nothing I hate worse. Okay. That's a problem. So it shouldn't be a problem that I look at her and say, hey, can you maybe not talk so loud? Shh, not so loud. Giving me attitude after I say that is not okay. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong when you're talking 25 decibels above ear pain. I'm not breaking a rule when I say, shh, you're talking too loud. Okay? Just listen and respond. You don't need to get snarky with me. You don't need to give me any degree of shit. All you have to say at that point is, oops, no problem, or just say, okay, I will. But anything more than that is a fucking problem, and I hate it, okay? So shut up. And so she's right outside of her uncle's door, and Kevy's in there sleeping away. And then I hear, Dad! And I'm like, I go, shh, stop. And she's a door slammer. I've talked about that too. There are people sleeping right now. Can you please have some common courtesy for everyone else in this household at this point in time? Why is that? Why this? So she's having a massive conversation, loud, right outside of his door. And I go, shh, your uncle is sleeping. Shh. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, well, okay, whatever. And when she's saying, oh, yeah, okay, whatever, it's still loud. Okay? So now you got two problems. A, you're not any degree quieter, okay? And you're giving me shit. So I'm like, well, don't say anything. You're still in front of the fucking door. Just don't speak. I go, when I ask you to be quiet because someone is sleeping, you answering just as loud, still outside of the fucking door, is doing the opposite of what I just asked you to do. Shut the fuck up. I didn't say that. But I did. I'm like, well, I go, stop giving me shit. Just shh. Stop talking. Oh, okay, yeah. And I think, all right. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm like getting ready. I've gotten the ball back from the catcher, kicking the dirt. She's getting back in the batter's box. And I'm contemplating if I'm going to throw a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, metaphorically, and brush her back or just hit her in the head. Okay, one of those two things could be happening here. It depends on the next set of words that come flying out of her loud-ass mouth. She goes up the steps, and I hear Dinah say, what's going on? And there's that, too. She's trying to rest. Oh, Dad's a jerk. All right, that's it. You're getting one right in the fucking ear, and that's the end of it. So I gave her the old, what did you just say? Now, if you say that to a kid, what did you just say? And there's silence. They realize they fucked up. I just said you're being rude or something. She said something that she didn't say. And I go, did you just call me a jerk? And she knows she's caught. And now I don't care if she calls me a jerk, but it's a fucking level of respect. I don't ask much around here. And this all started because I just wanted her to not be so fucking loud in front of her uncle's door and just, it's bedtime, shut the fuck up. And she goes, well, you're being a jerk. I go, I am, huh? Oh, okay, great. And I don't really remember a whole lot after that because when I get angry, I usually, it gets a little fuzzy. When the wires cross, it's bad. And so I think it went, she did the old shortly thereafter, like 10 seconds after, okay, I'm sorry, which you're not. That is not sorry. That is worse than that's worse than calling me a jerk, because that's just, I want you to shut up. And I'm saying it with this passive aggressive, shitty sound to it. I felt like I'm back at GRD for a second there. I'm like, huh? You're not sorry. Don't give me this passive aggressive bullshit. The fuck are you doing? I'm thinking to myself, I'm sorry. Motherfucking, this is just fucking terrible. And she, aren't you going to say anything? She wants me to let her off the hook. I go, just shut up. Don't say another word. Just stop talking. Don't say sorry. Just don't speak. This is all I want. This is all what this is about. You talking. I go up the steps. And I'm not done. I'm walking back down the steps. And I go, I go upstairs. And because now we run a risk of this. We run a risk of, now that she knows that I'm pissed, that she could use this against me. And what she'll do is she'll take anything that she deems dickish, and she will go upstairs to her mother and deal her in with the usual dramatics of, oh my God, Dad was cruel and unusual to me. He's abusive. Oh my God. Yeah, me. That right. Okay, that's how it went. And then I'll get, and I don't want this to happen because I'm trying to keep my wife calm. That's the last thing she needs. So then I'm upstairs. I'm like, okay, if she tries to bring Diana into this, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna flip out. And then Diana would have to. Diana falls victim to this all the time, where Madison will do that and try to garner support in the war. Okay, it's all politics, and it's like a game of Risk here. Okay, we're trying to invade Madagascar from Africa, but you still have a battalion to the west. Okay, and so this all is kind. You ever play that game Risk? It's an awesome game, but it takes like 5 months to play. I've never won a game of Risk. Did you ever play that game? Oh, every time I get pissed off and flip the board and all those little fucking pieces go flying everywhere. My brother's kicking my ass. I have all my armies on Iceland, and he's letting me have it from Greenland, and he's coming across the water from Europe. Oh, would always get my. Did you ever play Risk? And then did you ever play Stratego? That was another good one. Another game I'd always get my ass kicked in. My brother is 4 years older than me, and so my brain, he has a very strategic mind. He used to kick my ass in Risk and Stratego and Tank Battle, and then he taught me how to play chess just so he could beat the shit out of me. And I've never won a game. And he would get all these strategy. What's the other games? He would just crush me in every single game. It was terrible. Sorry, it was a tangent that we probably didn't need. But that's what it feels like. It's the gamesmanship in the household. So now she's downstairs getting a snack. I'm upstairs with Diana. In a preemptive move, I go, just so you know, the princess is on the warpath because I asked her to not be so loud in front of Kevin's door, her uncle's door. So if she comes in here, just be warned. I'm hoping she doesn't come in here with her mascara. She puts like 55 pounds of eye makeup on each eye. She'll look like a former NFL star, Chris Dolman, with it streaking off her face. Yeah. Mom, Dad is abusive. He abused me. So I go downstairs, and she goes, "Can we be friends? Can we? I just said sorry. Can we be friends?" And I go, "Would you just shut up? Can you just?" I go, "You talk too fucking much." And I actually did say it. I go, "You talk too fucking much. Stop talking." Okay? It's real simple. All I asked was, can you be quiet? And you know what you do? And I actually said this, so excuse my French and bless me, Jesus. I go, you must learn to just shut your goddamn mouth. And I busted that one out. She knew it was serious. I go, shh. That's all I want you to do is be courteous of the other fucking people in the house. And you know what I want? When I ask you to do it, I don't want shit for it. I don't want you to yell at me. I don't want you to talk anymore. I just want you quiet. That's all I want. And you keep talking louder in front of the fucking door. The fuck? And she's looking at me like this, not saying a word. I go, that's it. I don't want sorry. I don't want anything. Just don't talk so loud. Is that so much to ask? Is that too much to ask? No. So I think I got her. I think she's getting it. I go, great, fine. I'm going to bed. I said sorry. I go, that's nice. Give me a few minutes. Go upstairs. Now, again, she is sleeping in Diana's bed because the bed is upright. It's one of those beds you can adjust. I can't sleep like that. So I'm sleeping in Madison's bed. She is sleeping in Diana's bed. I'm in that bed, looking at my phone, playing Candy Crush. You know what I did to get off of this, to get my mind off of it? I looked up, you can look up anything on the internet and it's probably there. I looked up to calm me down because I didn't even know this existed. French Bulldog Beagle Mix. That's what I did to get my mind off of this. Did you know that that's actually a breed now? They call it a Feagle, I think. Or a Fagel, or I guess it would be Feagle, wouldn't it? Yeah, it wouldn't be Fagel because it's not called a bagel. It's a Beagle and a Frenchie. They call it a Feagle. And if you combine a Frenchie and a Beagle, you get this little Frenchie body with the adorable little Beagle head with the hound ears. Oh, God. It's awesome. So then I sent it to her. I go, did you see this? She goes, oh, my God, I want one. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She comes in. She goes, I need a hug. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm over it. There's nothing worse when a young adult gets wound up. That type of aggressive, passive aggressive. Okay, I'm sorry. My God. Tio says Risk is a dumb game. I disagree, Tio. I like that game. He says Stratego rules. Andrea says, I don't accept sorry, but I stop them and remind them the sentence ends at sorry. Kate says, I hate board games. Terry says, my daughters are the queens of I'm sorry, but. Who is Buttfucker 3000? That is just, I don't even know who that is.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000.
Writes, Eric's impression of snarky teenager really cracks me up. And Andrea says that her son Nick is notorious for it too. Schaefer, Jason, the guy with the giant package, writes, the defensive apology doesn't count. Dr. John Gottman's Four Horsemen theory covers this. Well, I don't know what the fuck that is. You're very well read. You know that? You seem very brainy to me, Schaefer, and measured in your thoughts. Yeah, have you ever been told that? That it seems like whenever I speak to you, like if I bounce something off of Jason Schaefer, he tends to kind of just think about it for a second and then gives a very brief but effective response. Dirk says, I used to love, and you know what, and more on that, and it's a good thing because the handful that you are married to, it is so good that you are like that because you have such a wild card wife. Oh my God. Oh. Andrea says he used to have a subscription to Boy's Life. That's why he knows so much. Yeah, what? Dirk says, I used to love the game Risk, but could never find anyone to play with. Conquest of the Empire was better. I think that the person he adds...
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000.
Is Tyler. All right. So that was, I mean, and at the time, this is how it goes in my brain. When that fight is happening, this is all over several minutes. I'm like, I'm so pissed off. This isn't in any way, none of this would be entertaining to the audience. This is the worst. There's no way. I actually have this conversation in my head. Well, I know what I'm not talking about tomorrow. And it's like today, after you get, because you're such in a warped sense of brain when the fight is actually happening. You just don't think straight when you're mad. You don't make decisions. You don't say, you learn to shut your mouth, Eric. That's what I always told myself. Learn to shut your mouth when you're mad. Because when you're mad, that's when you start MRFing people and getting yourself screwed up, and everybody hates you, and that's how divorces happen, for God's sake. Just shut up. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to talk about this, yet here I am. Because when you calm down, it's like, oh, I got to talk about it. I can't wait to talk about this. All right. I'm going to get to the Demi Lovato thing and the radio. There's a radio guy involved in the Demi Lovato thing. This is really weird. Okay. But first, doesn't matter where you are in the United States, unless you're in South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, or Hawaii. All the rest of you, of those 46 states, if you are in need of a mortgage, I am encouraging you to reach out to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You can reach out to Mario at 231-332-6505. This is how that phone call should go. First of all, it might go to voicemail because he's super busy making people's dreams come true. But you say, yes, I'm an Eric Zane Show podcast listener, so call me back ASAP. Put me to the front of the line, 231-332-6505. And he's like, oh, shit. Because, I've called him out on this. There are people like, yeah, man, he's so busy, he didn't call me back. So then I call him up and said, Mario, I cannot be out there telling people to call you, and then you're too busy to call them back. Get your act together. So that isn't a problem anymore. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. So, yeah, this is all I ask. That doesn't mean you're going to get a mortgage from them. That means that you're just interested. And by all means, call upon a couple of other people. Make it fair. Call upon person A, person B. Make Mario person C. Because if it comes to a mortgage, you want to pick the brain of who you're dealing with. This is a big decision. You're going to there's a lot of money involved here. So you don't want to go just interview one person, just go with them. Take your time, spend a little time, figure out who you like, and go with that person. That's all he's asking for. And more often than not, you're going to pick Mario. He's awesome. Not everybody who does mortgages is created equal. A lot of these folks only want someone who's going to be looking for a high-dollar house and mortgage. And, of course, that's easy work for Mario. He does that all the time. But where the rubber meets the road is the first-timer, or the person who's struggling, or the bankruptcy, or the divorce, or the person who sucks up with money and has a terrible credit score. These are all people that Mario embraces wholeheartedly and wants to make sure that you can get into a mortgage. 231-332-6505. My friends at BK Guns and Stuff say they want to fix your weaponry. If you've got a gun that's busted, this is where you get it fixed. If you are in Michigan, it's a super easy process. You just reach out to them, and you can hand deliver it to BK Guns and Stuff, especially if you're in West Michigan. But otherwise, if you're anywhere in the USA, you can get the weaponry to Benjamin and Kyle Newton. And I think the best way to do this is send a text, 616-902-2447. Hey, I'm in Florida. I need to get you my rifle. It's busted. 616-902-2447. You can get it repaired, clean, refurbished, customized, whatever you want. Seriously, you can. You know how like a chef can put whatever you want on a cake? They can put whatever you want on a gun. BK Guns and Stuff. The letter B, the letter K, Guns, the letter N, Stuff on Facebook, or just go to my website, ericzaneshow.com. Click on their logo. It'll take you right to their Facebook page. This was the message Demi Lovato had for the world yesterday.
This is 4D with Demi Lovato.
I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like a pre-produced show, podcast. I don't know.
Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space.
Okay. If I walk up to anyone and I say, hey, how you doing? And they say, man, living in the fourth dimension and starts out with that, I'm going to run away.
Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space.
Imagine if you go out on a date with someone and they say living in the fourth dimension is living consciously in both time and space. handful. That's the worst part of this. Living what?
Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space. But for me, it means having conversations that transcend the typical discourse.
These are all words I would never want to hear someone say in my presence. Transcend, discourse, fourth dimension.
I want to take this moment to share something very personal with you. Over the past year and a half, I've been doing some healing and self-reflective work.
Okay. More words I would never want to be around a person who uses healing and self-reflective.
And through this work, I've had
seems like it's very pain in the ass ishy, for lack of a better term.
Revelation that I identify as non-binary. With that said, I'll officially be changing my pronouns to they, them. I feel that this best represents...
Is there a person who is unofficially doing it? Hey, I'm changing my pronouns to they, them, but only unofficially. Is there? Do you have to get apply through an organization to officially be known? And do you get like a card?
With that said, I'll officially be changing my pronouns to they, them. I feel that this best represents the fluidity I feel in my gender expression and allows me to feel most authentic and true to the person I both know I am and still am discovering. In this first episode, I'm excited to share with you what this means to me and what it may look like for other people. I want to make it clear that I'm still learning and coming into myself, and I don't claim to be an expert or a spokesperson. I know this might be a new conversation for many, so I'm inviting my friend Alok, someone I trust, to spend time on this platform. Alok is an author, performer, and
an
important voice within the non-binary community,
like Loki,
and beyond. Their work to create visibility, equality, and understanding has inspired me on my healing journey. We'll discuss identity at large.
She even used journey too.
But also take the time to personally reflect on how I came into my truth so that we, like many others, are able to live our lives authentically. In just a minute, I'm going to share space with Alok and dive deeper into this conversation.
Oh, she used deep dive. That to me, the least problematic, the thing I care least about. Well, I don't have a problem with any of this. If that's if she wanted, it's just the idea that people talk like this, deep dive and journey and all that stuff. It's just like, okay. That's cool. They, them, I don't care. If someone wants to be known as they, them, all this is going to do for me is make me not want to talk to you because I would be too afraid of fucking it up. And I would. Okay. And I think that if you fuck it up, I think you're supposed to kill yourself. In this day and age, if someone like Demi Lovato, who has announced to the world officially about what she wants to be known as, and then if someone like me, a stupid old dude, accidentally refers to Demi Lovato something that she doesn't want to be referred to as. See, I would do it accidentally. I'm probably going to do it, say the wrong thing about this person as I continue. And if you notice, I have to speak slowly and pause to make absolutely sure that I do not refer to Demi Lovato as anything other than what she wants to be known as. So I am fairly certain that if I refer to this person as Demi Lovato or Demi or Lovato or as they, them, I am safe. But knowing me, I'm going to start to be me, and I'm going to refer to Demi as something other than what I just described. And I don't like to have to think when I talk about pronouns. So thus, I will ignore this person so that I don't make this person feel bad. And also, more importantly, because if I refer to Demi Lovato from this day forward, because this person is now officially known as they, them, if I say something wrong, I will get my cock cut off and shoved down my throat, and I'll have to choke on it and die. Because we all know that in this day and age, if I break that barrier, I'm dead. That's it. You can't do that. All right. So that puts that to bed. However, if I'm Demi Lovato, I think that there are more important fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry for Demi Lovato. I wouldn't be worried about pronouns. I'd be worrying about, staying alive and not dying. Demi Lovato, for a long time, has done nothing but exhibit half-hearted efforts to get and stay sober. This person has not excelled at staying sober. I'm still trying very hard to see how long I can go without referring to Demi Lovato as something other than Demi Lovato and what this person wants to be known as going forward. So, if I'm a person who is announcing to the world officially about the nomenclature, certainly this person is no longer dealing with oxy laced with fentanyl, having to be revived with naloxone, an opioid overdose, alcohol, pot, heroin, staying sober to some degree. I'm just taking directly from her Wikipedia page about, for many, many years, this person has suffered from drug abuse. And when you look at that, Demi Lovato had a long period of time where sobriety was being focused on, and this person existed drug and alcohol free. Then there came the time, I'm actually going to read it from the wiki page. And in the wiki page, I'm safe to say what I want because I'm just reading it, and all of the nomenclature has been updated. And using the terms that Demi wants, they, them, it's harder to follow now. But I guess that's the way it goes. Lovato also stated that their drug and alcohol addiction caused them, hear how hard that is to wrap your mind around, them to not only nearly overdose several times, but later began to impact their ability to perform live and promote their Unbroken album, referencing a 2012 performance on the 11th season of American Idol where they were severely hungover after their management team had expressed their intentions to leave them. Lovato agreed to resume treatment and counseling for their addiction, leading to their move to a sober living facility in Los Angeles with roommates and responsibilities to help them overcome their drug and alcohol problems. In 2021, those stating that they were done with hard drugs, by the way, this to me is the problem, such as heroin, Lovato told themselves they were never going to drink or smoke again. They say this is because it was drilled into them that one drink was equivalent to a crack pipe. Oh, well, earlier in this, and I must have missed it, this person had said that alcohol and marijuana was still on the table. So to read that, that's actually great. In 2021, Lovato revealed that they had been told by doctors that they believe their 2011 bipolar diagnosis was a misdiagnosis. They stated they came out with their initial diagnosis because it put reasoning behind their actions, but later realized that they, quote, had to grow the fuck up. They also stated that they have since been diagnosed with ADHD. Well, who hasn't? Back in 2018, well, hold on a second. Let me look at this. That to me is the key. Lovato told themselves, and that prior to yesterday would have said Lovato told herself that she was never going to drink or smoke again. She said this because it was drilled into her that one drink was equivalent to a crack pipe. Okay, that's actually great. Because in the past, she had gone down the road of trying to give it like a half measure. I'll just drink a little. I'll just smoke a little. Which never works, ever. And my point is, if she, I don't know if she, I mean, who knows? I keep saying she. I'm back to doing that. I don't know if Lovato, I have no idea what stage in sobriety this person is into. Perhaps Lovato is strong enough that, all right, this is the next step, you know, right? And I mean, who am I to judge? I'm not judging whatsoever. Had it not said what was indicated there about never drinking or smoking again, I would say, why don't you worry about that? So this is actually really, really great. "6 years sober and bad things happened to her." It reads, "It led me to being really unhappy. My bulimia got really bad, and I asked for help, and I didn't receive the help that I needed." They recounted that their thought process the night they relapsed after 6 years of sobriety was as follows. Quote, "I'm 6 years sober and I'm miserable. I'm even more miserable than I was when I was drinking. Why am I sober?" Oh boy, that's rough. When Lovato confronted their management about their thoughts, they responded with, "You're being very selfish. This would ruin things for not just you, but for us as well," which they say made them feel completely abandoned due to triggering and underlying abandonment issues with their birth father, and they drank that night. All right. So, all right, if Lovato is getting that under control and then she goes down this road, well, whatever. Who cares? I don't have a problem with any of that. At the end of the day, Lovato needs to stay sober. And I'm not saying that her pronouns have anything to do with that, but I think in the hierarchy of priorities, I would say sobriety is the first and foremost thing. And that sometimes for people, especially with drugs like heroin, crack, meth, those change your brain chemistry at an alarming rate. It's much different than like pot or alcohol. Those are much tougher to kick. And any type of opioids, that's oh boy, times 10, you know? So for a lot of folks that are dealing with that, we're talking about a day-to-day white-knuckle ride where when you're speaking at a meeting, that's the only relief that you have. By the time you get home from the meeting, you're back to white-knuckling it until you can get to the afternoon or the evening meeting. Some of these people go 3 times a day in order to stay alive for the day. So my point was, it could take a long time and a lot of hard work, and you might have to give up a lot of shit in order to stay alive. A lot of people who are dealing with any type of substance abuse, you got to really, really, really let go of people you hang out with, the career you're in, the lifestyle you're leading, what you know. I consider myself more of a dry drunk when I was on the radio. And I was talking to my brother about this. He goes, "The best thing God ever did to you was get you fired from Free Beer and Hot Wings." I go, "Why do you say that?" He goes, "Because you weren't going to begin the process of being an adult until you shed that show." I go, "What are you talking? I mean, huh?" And he's like, "I don't know. It wasn't. You're more true now to you than when you were on the radio. Does that make sense to you?" And I go, "Well, I couldn't see that. I mean, I don't see that. You would have to ask the people who follow and listen and what they think about me. He goes, no, well, I see it. He goes, it wasn't until you finally got fired that you really started to wrap your mind around appropriate behavior and living like an adult and living a sober life. You were what we call a dry drunk, Eric. You exhibited asshole-ish behavior while you were sober. Oh, really? Yeah. So my point is, that's great that you've got your pronouns in there, and I hope that that keeps you sober as long as you're still working on staying sober, because the world needs more people who are creative and healthy and happy. And as long as you're happy, Demi Lovato, and you're not, just doing this, and then in 3 months down the road, we hear that you're back on heroin or whatever it is, because you wanted to smoke a little pot or drink some alcohol, which then opened up Pandora's box to you. Sometimes that type of approaching sobriety it's a no-win situation. There's no way that's going to work. It never does. Okay. And it doesn't always work for people who commit fully. Okay. They're constantly relapsing and going back in the program. The fact is, you got to keep trying. You can't just give up, because you'll be either dead or in jail. That's a fact. All right. Moving on, though, there's a radio guy in Boston. Of course, there's a radio guy who somehow has gotten involved in this. And I forgot who sent me the link. I remember. It was sent via email. Someone sent me this story, and I appreciate it, about Maddie Siegel. Maddie in the morning. And God, I know I'm fucking struggling, but I want to see who sent it to me. Joe Hughes. Thank you, Joe. Hey, Eric, you familiar with this guy? Matt Siegel, radio host out of Boston. And he sent me the info. So Siegel has been around forever. I'd never heard of him. He looks like an old asshole. He looks like the type of guy who'd be like on an oldies station, because it's called like Kiss FM. It sounds like the type of music that you might hear, like, KC and the Sunshine Band. And let me just tell you, radio people are the worst when it comes to ego, okay? They're the absolute worst. And Maddie's ego is on display here. Check this out. He was, I don't know what he was saying about Demi Lovato, but he was talking about her. Now, frankly, if he was saying shit like being maybe a little bit measured and thoughtful, he might have been okay. God knows what he was saying. But as he was on the air, something happened. He got hotlined. Now, that means you're getting a phone call while you're on the air from the boss asking you to stop doing what you're doing while you're actually speaking into an open microphone. It is the nuclear bomb. If you get hotlined, you're fucking dead. You're going to get fired because it is such a last resort thing. Because think about it. You're on the air. And if you get a hotline, that means they really need to get a hold of you. They really need to tell you to shut up. He gets hotlined while he's on the air. It's his boss telling him, stop talking about Demi Lovato. And, according to Boston CBS station, radio listeners in Boston were buzzing Wednesday about the status of Matt Siegel after he appeared to quit on Kiss 108. He told listeners he did not want to continue on air if there were limits on what he could talk about. Now, if I read to you the next quote, it would reveal something about his personality that would, so I'm going to let him say it. It's actually included in this story. Wait for it.
Will Maddie in the morning be on the airwaves tomorrow? The question comes as the Boston radio show host threatened to quit on air this morning. As WBZ's Christina Rex reports, he says management is trying to silence him.
He's been a staple on Boston.
So they're doing the get in the car and point the camera at the car radio there, because that's the only way you can listen to anything on terrestrial radio these days is in someone's car Raise your hand if you have a radio and you turn it on regularly. That does not happen for some reason.
Radio for 40 years.
And now, this is Maddie in the Morning.
On the morning commute, people turn to Matt Siegel, or Maddie in the Morning.
Let me just stop here for a second.
But on Wednesday
That sounds like radio.
morning, fans got a different kind of sign-off.
Well, I hope you're happy because I just stopped talking. Maddie out.
Did you hear that? I hope you're happy because I just stopped talking. Maddie out. Oh. Wait, what? That's about as dramatic as at the top of my steps last night when I was trying to get Madison to calm down.
Longtime DJ appeared to quit on the air. It started with a conversation about Demi Lovato.
I want to take this moment to share something very personal with you.
The pop star announced Wednesday that they identify as non-binary and will go by they/them pronouns. When Maddie...
Non-binary. So I guess Diana was right? You can't say non-binary. I still think I can say non-binary. Now, if I run into someone who's woke as shit and I say, oh, yeah, so this person is non-binary, and they go, it's binary, I'm going to be like, well, wait a minute here. Now, come on.
Joked about it on the air. He says his boss called him and told him to stop talking. Then this happened.
I am the biggest of all time.
You heard right. He just said, I am the biggest of all time. Those are the words of anyone who works with him just hates their life. Okay? This person is an asshole. I'd never heard of him before. But if you work with someone that says, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm the biggest of all time. What a cocksucker. What an asshole.
Stop talking. Then this happened.
I am the biggest of all time.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000.
And they said, shut up, Matt. Stop talking.
Whoa.
Tweets came flying in, like Maddie finally canceled. We won. Shout out to Demi for being powerful enough to take down Maddie.
I wish I knew what this guy said about her. You know, I would like to think that what I said was fair, measured, and not at all rude. It's very simple to go to anyone who says I'm going to be they them and attack them for that. But I don't know. I don't see the benefit in that. You know, who cares?
And LOL, Maddie quit live on air because he wasn't allowed to make fun of non-binary people. The national organization GLAAD tells WBZ these gender-neutral pronouns are not new, just newly accepted.
So if anyone, is disrespectful or sort of waves those pronouns away and poo-poos it as woke culture or a new thing, they're really not being accurate.
Hey, I need all the friends I can get. I need all the listeners I can get on this show. So in my opinion, it behooves me to respect that at this point in time. I don't have a problem with any of that.
I think it's insane.
Comedian Lenny Clark,
another old white idiot,
longtime friend and frequent guest of Maddie in the Morning, says he thinks this is cancel culture at its worst, and he's hoping Maddie
Well, he didn't get canceled. He quit. Fuck this guy. If he's a big fucking bitch crybaby, sorry. A radio guy has to understand that if you are on the air, that is still a job. You still answer to people. Okay? And if your boss hotlines you and says, yeah, knock it off, well, fucking do it. He's your boss. You don't like it? Buy your own fucking radio station and you can be the boss. That's the way it goes. Sorry.
Not sign off for good.
And I mean, if someone can make us laugh and cheer us up in the morning, all the better. And I really sincerely hope.
Hey, that's right. I'm an old man comic. You can tell just by my voice. Yeah, today I'm going to start the show by talking about how we hate them Jews. And then we're going to follow up with maybe some jokes about kicking the ass of some black guys.
That Maddie Siegel is back tomorrow morning.
We called Matt Siegel multiple times, but we didn't get a response. Though he did tell the Boston Globe he plans to be on the air tomorrow to
Wait a minute. I thought you quit, Maddie. What happened, buddy?
talk about what happened.
You're a pussy.
In Boston, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
Christina, thank you.
So you had a temper tantrum is what we're learning here. And freaked out. Everybody said you quit, but you didn't really quit over this. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that there's only one way that any person would ever want to quit on the air.
The big station 93 BLX. It is the Gulf Coast #1 for hip hop and R&B. And now with Ray and Miranda, the home team in the morning. Do it to it. What better song to do it to it is I Netta the Move said. And I told you I had a very important announcement, and here it is.
My whole career, I made $6.
I refuse to walk around and watch people on my job looking over my shoulder, people lying to me, people talking about me. It's ridiculous. It is sad. I can't take it. I'm not going to take it. I don't have to take it. I'm not a Demi. I know how to find another job. But I refuse to walk around people. You can say what you want to say about me. And if you see me on the street, I'll let you know whatever you want to know. But I refuse for the last 6 years.
I love the fact that she goes, if you see me on the street, I'll let you know whatever you want to know. It's like, hey, Inetta, tell me what I want to know. I tell you. And then they like break it down there, you know? While there's a bunch of kids doing double Dutch jump rope shit and all that
on the
stuff.
Street, I'll let you know whatever you want to know. But I refuse. For the last 6 years, I made $6 an hour.
I'm glad she said an hour. That ain't nothing.
Nothing. I just got a raise after 6 years. I know I'm qualified. And after saying this, I don't care if I ever get another job in radio, period. It does not matter to me. But I never will not be setting the mood at BLX no more. I refuse to walk around with people that'll speak to you. Hey, Inetta, how you doing? But then as soon as you walk by, that bitch, I will not do it to myself anymore.
Not a Demi.
So if you're confused about what I'm saying, listen very carefully. I quit this bitch.
On the big station, 93 BLX.
The big station, 93 BLX. I love her. That's how you do it, not Maddie. Maddie out. Asshole. Screw that guy. That's embarrassing. All right. I cannot wait to share this next story with you. They are making changes, big changes, at Penn State University. Okay. But first, shout out to my friends over at Dumpster Divers. This is my latest sponsor. They've only been around a short while. If you are in West Michigan and you need a dumpster, this is who you call. It's hard to believe, but you might think, well, it's a dumpster. Every dumpster is different. No, they're not. And here's why. Theirs are high-walled so that, and they don't take up too much space in your driveway. You get the same amount of stuff in them, but they're enormously tall, okay? And they do that so that they can get in tight spaces, all right? They also have different weight limits than the other guys. The other guys charge you for more weight than you will actually put into a dumpster. When I had Kyle on the show last week talking about that, he made that very clear. So you won't spend as much money to throw your junk away if you use dumpster divers than you would someone else. Okay, the other guys are going to make you pay more for a weight limit that you'll never get to that point anyway. Okay, basically you just throw the shit in there and they take it away. And okay, if there is any chance that you're a little bit over, you might get charged a little bit more when they dump it. But here's what they do at dumpster divers. This is why they get the name dumpster divers. After you throw all your shit away into the dumpster and they show up, professional, clean, courteous, and they haul it away. And by the way, they have short windows of time, so you don't have to pay for it for if you only need it for a short while, You'll only pay for that. You're not going to pay for like a big window of time that you need it for. That might be like kind of like for everyone from the other guys. You're saving money is my point. They take it away, and then they take a look in the dumpster. They go, oh, we can use that. We can donate that. That we can donate. That we can donate. That we can donate. They pull all that shit out of there, and then they give it away. Okay? That's where the name Dumpster Divers comes into play. So 2 dudes who created this business, and I would love you to call upon them when you need a dumpster in West Michigan. It's real simple. You go to dumpsterdiversllc.com, or if you just search Dumpster Divers West Michigan, you'll find it, or just click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com. And then that's what you do. It's just click to order your dumpster, click to schedule junk removal. They do that too. Demo and deconstruction if you want. They work with you on that. It's all at their website, and it's just fantastic. Dumpsterdiversllc.com. Okay? They want to work for you, and they're going to save you money. So if you need a dumpster, that's who you call. And if you see a big blue dumpster driving down the road with a fresh-faced, young, handsome devil working his face off, honk when you see him and wave. They'll know that you're a listener of the Eric Zane Show podcast, okay? Thank you very much to Dumpster Divers for being part of this show. All right. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, ERVINES, Irvines.com. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. If you need any work done in the car to make sure that it is running perfectly, call upon Irvine's. Drop it off, early bird, on the weekend, whatever. Leave the keys in the thingy with what you want done. It's all done via email. They like say, okay, this is the problem. They send you like pictures and even a short video if need be to show what exactly the problem is. You approve the work. That's it. They do it. They send you a bill, email, you pay it, you pick up your car. I can't pick it up till 8 p.m. No problem. We'll leave it out for you. You can leave the key in a lockbox, give you the code, boom, you're done. Awesome. But you're going to want to see these people, you know, as various restrictions are lifted. You want to see the beautiful faces that are there. The eye candy. Bruce. I bet you thought I was going to say Megan and Jamie. They're true, too, but I got to give Bruce some love, man. He works very hard. No, they're just awesome. Great local business. Continuing education so that they have all the best knowledge to make sure that they service your hybrid or your electric vehicle. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. And finally, for the Gift of Life Michigan, thank you. If you would, please go to Gift of Life Michigan. Click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com to learn about how you can be an organ donor. Your organs can save the lives of 8 people. Okay? Think about that. And also the tissue donation or the corneas can improve the lives of 75 people. How about that? All with Gift of Life Michigan. Thank you so much to them for allowing me to talk about their great initiatives. Gift of Life Michigan. Okay. Penn State University is removing something from course descriptions okay, if you are making your way throughout college and each year you get another level of education under your belt until finally your senior year, you graduate, voila, you've done it. Congratulations. Penn State University has voted on and approved a bill. You know, you got a board of school board members, I guess. What are they called? Trustees. They vote on shit, and put before them was a bill known as AD 84, and part of it is it's called the Preferred Name and Gender Identity Policy. Now, again, I could just run into this like a bull in a china shop and say, fuck no, I'm not doing it. Kind of like what we did when we talked about Demi Lovato. But I don't know about that. I want to break this down bit by bit. Penn State's faculty voted on April 27th to approve a bill on preferred name and gender identity policy. The recommendations, which were given to the General Senate by the Senate Committee on Curricular Affairs, were made to ensure all materials given to staff and students are inclusive, according to the student paper, the Daily Collegian. This is the same newspaper, no doubt, that reported that Jerry Sandusky liked to put his wiener into little boys' buttholes. And the quarterback's coach, what's his name? McGloin, or was it McGroin or McGloin? No, or was it McQueary? No, yeah, it was Mike McQueary, the assistant coach or the graduate assistant for Penn State, saw Jerry Sandusky doing that in the shower. And then, Mike McQueary did not call the police. He told the other coaches, and that's when the cover-up began. I still cannot believe that story. Well, apparently they've put that behind them, and they're now worrying about bigger things. Well, I mean, that was a long time ago. I get it, but still, I still can't believe that even happened. The changes will replace pronouns in course material and descriptions. This is kind of like what with the earlier story you had, and descriptions with they, them, theirs, and use non-gendered terms like student or staff instead. Okay, I get it. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. So they're going to avoid saying she and he now. Sign of the times. Just take it. I think that's okay. I think also that people who, let's say Demi Lovato walks up to someone and someone who barely knows her refers to Demi Lovato as she. Is it okay for her to say, excuse me, I am they, them? I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if you can expect everyone to do that. Is it worth it to you? Maybe it is. If you're Demi Lovato or any person like at Penn State University and someone calls you a he or a she and you're not, and you're a they, them, boy, I would be saying that to everybody. I was like, no, and I would be kind of constantly busting people. And, I don't know. Well, anyway, they're doing that. But what they've also done at Penn State is there's 4 terms that are synonymous with college and high school, for that matter, that they are eliminating. You are no longer going to be known as a senior, a junior, a sophomore, or a freshman. They voted on this. Freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior will be replaced with first year, second year, third year, and fourth year to move away from a, quote, typically male-centered world and rid the college of materials with strong male-centric binary character. I want to scream out, you've gone too far! I don't know, man. Is every problem at your school taken care of? Is everything... because to me, on your list of things to do, this should be near the bottom of that list. And how can you, with a straight face, handle this? Well, I guess I don't understand. Is it because the letters M-A-N, man, are after freshman or freshman, as it's pronounced, freshman? What about sophomore, junior, and senior? That doesn't have a male ring to it in any, right? Is that what's going on here? The article doesn't say, exactly why. It just says that those are typically, that they want to move away from typically male-centered world and rid the college of materials with strong male-centric binary character. How? What does that even do? How is that a strong male-centered thing? I am not understanding. Do any of you understand? Can you on the live stream in a few short words explain this to me to help your old pal Eric understand? Because I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Can you imagine being one of those trustees who's kind of like a meat and potatoes guy who doesn't really follow along with this, just going, oh, fuck, are you serious? We have to talk about this. I'd rather be talking about Jerry Sandusky fucking kids than talking about this shit. Oh, my God. Please, let's get back to the good old days. We're talking about Jerry's penis in a butthole. The committee also recommended the school change its language surrounding students who take longer than 4 years to complete their degrees to avoid negative connotations or stigma. What do you mean? Like forever senior or fifth-year senior or takes too fucking slow or stupid or idiot. I started college in the fall of 1988, and I finished it in the summer of 1995. And I finished it at a community. I took I had community college courses that I transferred over. Delta College. Raise a fist for Delta College. With the implementation of the AD 84 preferred name and gender identity policy, it is time to close the loop, ensure that all people are not only able to choose their name and gender identity within our systems, but that those documents and systems are also structured to be inclusive from the start. The committee said in the recommendation, according to the Senate faculty site, we suggest that the university consider changes to all written materials, including recruiting materials, admissions materials, scholarship information, housing materials, other outward-facing documents, internal documents, and websites. I got a better idea. Why don't you price the amount of money to change all of those documents and get me an actual tangible dollar amount to do all of that remarketing and rebranding that you're going to have to do. And that's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in actual printing costs. And then take that money and give it away to the victims that Jerry Sandusky put his dick in. Okay? Give it to them and their families. That's what you should do. Instead of wasting your time and energy with all of this bullshit, you're a bunch of assholes, and that's the end of it. There's no other way around it. This is stupid. Outside of the they, them, there, which I can understand, you get the person who just feels like shit all the time because they don't know their identity. I'm all for that. But all this other shit is crazy. Just stupid. T.O. says, fresh them, soft they. Jimmy says, draft them all and send them to Israel. All right. What about seventh-year seniors on the football team? Tyler says, sounds like they want to be more like Hogwarts. Hogwarts. Why did I say Hogwarts? The world has gone batshit crazy. Dirk says, I need a safe space to deal with this. Anyone got a coloring book and a puppy? Jason says, this is beyond dumb. Looks like Bob's new. Bob says hi. I searched LGBT and this came up. All right. Where am I? We have Asshole of the Day coming up, and let's go over the nominees. By the way, points to O'Neill for the hilarious sleeping on his back with paws straight in the air. He's completely asleep right now. I love that. That always makes me smile. Hello, baby. Hello, puppy. All right. Today, we updated Diane and the surgery. We have updated the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast tonight, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Madison out of control. We talked about, let's see. Wait, what else did I talk about? There's a lot of other shit I don't even remember. It's always like that. Demi Lovato We talked about radio guy going after Demi Lovato, I guess. I didn't even hear what he said. Talked about his boss kicking him off the air or saying, stop talking about that. And then he walked out, and I guess he's back. And then we had Inetta the mood setter. Penn State University is stupid. Yeah, those are your nominees for Asshole of the Day. Saying goodbye to yesterday's Asshole of the Day, Kenny, who, by the way, was way, in my opinion, out of line on the comments on Facebook yesterday. Oh, my God, were you mad? I didn't like that at all. Saying some horrible things. Really, really rough. It was way over the line, in my opinion. Love you, but that was too much. I'd love to help your business, though. If you have a business and you want me to talk about you on the show, do it. Reach out, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. I'll tell you everything you need to know about this show and how it works, who I reach, their age, demographics, male, female, where they listen, all of that stuff. That's and it doesn't cost you anything. Just send me an email. Say, hey, I got this business. Tell me about what you do. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Just like my friends at A&E Heating and Cooling, Joe Martinez and his crew, tuning up air conditioners as we speak. It's going to be really, really warm the next couple of days here in West Michigan. Midsummer-like temperatures, 616-516-8579. If you are in West Michigan, get the AC tuned up with A&E Heating and Cooling. Online at aeheatingcooling.net. They are cool when you need to be cool. There you go. I just made that up on the fly. And if you need a new air conditioner installed, they utilize their distribute the I'm having a terrible time. They will install the Comfort Maker brand of air conditioner. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. And then finally, if you're in the market for a new certified pre-owned or a used vehicle, new Honda or certified pre-owned Honda, you're going to get it at Sarah Honda Granville. You can shop in person at their dealership location on Kennewa in Granville, Michigan, next to the Cracker Barrel, across from the car wash. Sarah Honda Granville. You can see them from the interstate from 196. They got the car stacker right there. Check them out. Also, or just go to sarahhondagranville.com. Check out the inventory. So awesome to work with. They make it very, very easy for you. Drop by and say hello to Thad. 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 Or Cameron. Or any of the great people that they have working at Sarah Honda Granville. Your asshole of the day is Penn State. Yeah. Penn State is asshole of the day because that's just fucked up that they're changing freshman, junior, sophomore, senior. So dumb. Congratulations, Penn State. You have won asshole of the day. You earned it. Okay. Patreon bonus podcast happens at 11 a.m. sharp. I will see you there, and we'll talk to you then. That's going to do it. Patreon, Ben and Eric Patreon bonus happens tonight at 7 p.m. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Talk to you then, folks. Bye-bye.